Good morning, everybody. Just got back on the town since it disconnected just a few minutes ago. How did everyone end up doing on the sushi boat competition? The second sushi boat competition, basically this year. Rachel says morning. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Mary NG. DeFi, all a good morning. Juxies, hello. Spartan says good morning, Dub. Congrats on your top 10. Thank you. It does look like I might get top 10. I really won't know for sure until the next 15 minutes because I don't know what Raw's rate ended up being. It does look like Planet Bob did end up passing me, which is cool. Good for him. I think he tweaked his design a little bit more. I figured he'd be right next to me on the leaderboard. That would be either like below me or above me. So I was right on that. Though I thought we were going to get like 13th and 12th place. Maybe we'll both get top 10, hopefully, right? Hopefully, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I have no idea what Raw's rate ended up being. Bayes says, hi all, hello Bayes. UE29, hi, hello, welcome everyone. Wilson, hello. Rahib says, hey Dub, I'm at 40. Oh, so you're at the top 50 placements? It's not gonna load correctly for me. But that's great, Rahib. Tatweese, hello Dave, hello Dub, hello Dave. Did it load? Oh yeah, there you are. Yeah, loaded hopefully correctly. What's the gap? What was top 50 making? 2.4 mil stars and I'm at like 4 mil, right? I'm double. Oh wow. Apparently my rate was twice as much compared to top 50. So that means, well, I just refreshed this. My rate ended up being 718 sushi boats per hour. This really should have done 722. I don't know what happened compared to my practice build that was doing 722. So that means top 50 was 360 per hour, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there, which is still a very good rate. I imagine top 25 would have been like at least 500 per hour. It was actually, because Spartans is top 25, right? Yeah, there you go, Spartans, you made it. Congratulations. Next meta is new, but not really complicated. It does look like it's going to be a somewhat easier one. Looks like somebody's fast forwarding here. Okay, yeah, I just seen that. I saw my ranking went to 9. I'm like, somebody must be logging in. Don't know who it was, but alright, it was in Raw right here. Or maybe he's already online, I don't know. Did you see me, Dub? Yes, Tatweese, I did see you on... Oh, I see you again right here on 18th place. That's an amazing ranking. I saw you, I think it was the day before yesterday. You were like 14th place. I'm like, damn, how are they like so high on the leaderboard? That's crazy. Mr. Chupa, hey Dub, good game. Will you stay top 10? I hope so. It really just depends on this dude, because last time I think he got a very good ranking. I think he got top 10. Can't really remember. I'm 28, so happy and surprised at this rank. It does seem like people did better than expected, at least some people. Koyman, top 10 again. Congrats. Thank you. I hope you guys aren't wrong and then like when the competition ends I just end up being 11th place. It's very possible, you know. The power of NFTs. Oh yeah. Let me put Discord up so I can show the new announcements, which I'm sure everybody's aware of. Maddie Cities, hello bro. Dub, good evening. Hope you are all well. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you. Hope you are well as well. Garlic breadsticks, basically a butter meta, or at least a salt meta, milk meta, whatever you want to call it, mostly salt. So butter, if you combine them all. Let me talk about the biome first. So the biome will have one river edge and that's it. Since this is like a salt meta, you're really going to need a lot of salt fields, and since they're all going to be a red craft timer, yeah, you're gonna need a lot. I would expect. Some people were thinking like 50 salt fields on a red craft timer at least. That depends on how much space you're gonna need for milk also, but yeah, it's very possible. We do have the oil seep. I only just realized that, really. I didn't even know there was gonna be an oil seep, so that's good. Oil seep doesn't have to be that close to the river. Basically, you just have your gas set up on the east side. Gala rewards, of course. This competition that we're doing now, the sushi boats, ended up having an NFT reward. Maybe some people missed that, but it's going to be the Thrifty Cakery. A cash boost for the next one are going to be good cash boosts. Garlic, which is one of the new items, will be boosted like 15 times more cash. Butter has a cash boost, but flour has a better cash boost, 10 times cash. Yeah, so it's only those three. So the cash rush strategy, it depends. If you don't have any NFTs, it's going to be garlic. If you have a light circus and a wheat stand, you're probably better off doing flour instead of garlic. I feel like flour would be better, even though you'll need wood to make the flour, whereas you wouldn't need that for the garlic. But I feel like it would be a better idea. They obviously sell for way more. Butter as a cash rush strategy doesn't really make sense. By the time you're making butter, you might as well make the garlic breadsticks and just sell those. Gotta speak it into existence. Yeah, I hope so. I keep looking at the rank. I mean, 10 minutes to go. Still says 10 up in the corner. Spartan's doing 505 per hour. Okay, so that means a little bit below 500 would have been top 25 by the looks of it. Yeah, it is a forest biome. I was just trying to remember. I think somebody said this was a plains biome, but this one is a forest biome. Or at least judging by all the trees here. Oh, maybe it's like a combination of forest and plains. Maybe. Oh, whatever. But the cash boost will make this easy. It's probably not even that expensive of a build, since you're mostly going to be using windmills, salt fields. I guess really the only expensive thing I can think of are the bakeries and the Italian restaurants. Speaking of the actual meta, I'm over here assuming you guys already know how to make it. But for those of you who don't, garlic breadsticks will require 2 garlic, 1 water, 1 flour, 1 butter total. Garlic with the K of it, currently. 90-second craft time, that's decent, I think. This is the standard values, but obviously it would be boosted in stars since that's the meta. It says it right here, 96,000 stars for each one. Made in the Italian restaurants. I think some people expected this to be made with dough or baguettes, because when he first posted this announcement, Doug Sunny, he posted this part, it didn't have the recipe. So we were just speculating for like 2 minutes before he posted it. It's easier than we thought it would be, at least. Doesn't need dough, which is cool. It still needs like the flour and the butter, which you would need for the dough, right? And 1 water, I guess, part of... It's definitely easier than just making baguettes, at least. Like, they didn't have to overcomplicate it, and I think that's good. People wanted an easy meta. I think this will be an easy one. You could argue that, oh, it's gonna be terrible to get all the salt, but yeah, at least you're not balancing a bunch of stuff like you were with the sushi boats or present boxes, right? So it shouldn't be that bad. Garlic is also new. That's going to be made in the garlic farm. It's going to have a 40-second craft time and a 5 water requirement. This is the exact same as the soybean farm, from my understanding. So I pretty much am almost done practicing my garlic breadsticks design. It's not that complicated. It's going to be an easy one. Yeah, so I ended up testing my soybeans rate, which I would assume would be the same as the garlic rate. We'll see if that's the case. Once the update goes live, I'm gonna have to rebuild it in the new biome. because I'm practicing in this biome right here, and it has 2 oceans. It kind of screws me over because it slows down some of my crops. So we'll see how that works in the actual biome. Also, it doesn't say if it's negatively impacted by anything, but I would assume that it will be negatively impacted by shade, dirty, and salty, the usual stuff. They probably forgot to tell us that in this information right here. And of course, picked up by the farmer, stored in the silo. DeFi says, I would think 12 to 18 mil to build next week. For most people, that sounds about right. For the people who have a bunch of NFTs like me, it will be more expensive just because I am going to assume that we'll need like 20 Italian restaurants. How much do they cost actually? I mean, they are kind of expensive. I do have like 8 tiny bakeries, so that saves me from building 8 of these. No, DeFi, you're probably right. Regardless of if you have a lot of NFTs or a little bit, it's not that expensive. And with the generous cash boost, it won't take that long to get the cash that you need. This one will definitely be easier, which I don't know how people feel about that. I mean, sushi boats, I heard some people say, man, this is going to be boring because it's the same thing. It's going to be too easy. They didn't change anything. I did run a poll on it. I think most people would have preferred a different meta. I'm gonna go ahead and check that again. I'm in 35th at 412 per hour. Okay, that makes sense then. Got 5 minutes to go right here. I guess this is it. Everybody that would have needed to fast forward should have already done so by now. The posts. Rahib says the price you got is without the stars NFT. That's right. Yeah, I would probably still use the stars and stripes NFT, so it'd be even lower. Here's that simple poll that I made. Yeah, most people would have preferred a different meta. At least a third of people were okay with the meta, or they loved it. Well, maybe it's about half and half actually. It is a little bit more skewed towards people would have prefer another meta. Once again, keep in mind this is only like 54 votes out of the supposedly 500 or so people that are competing, as some people say. Genra says, I don't think it's boring because it was done the same recently. It's boring because it's a long, slow build. You may have a point there. It is a slow build. And I can still finish it very fast, but I understand for other people it will take probably the entire day to build. You are right. 28, hello, hello. They gave us some more information. The monthly NFT is going to be a chocolate storage. Interesting, I suppose. And the month hasn't ended, so like we would get this in July, right? And they talked about the next NFT sale, which is supposed to happen today. This date is different. I don't know why. But if we go by this, it's supposed to happen today. I don't know if it will. I tried searching up this NFT on NFT Harbor. It didn't show up, so I don't know if they've even minted it and tested it yet. Who knows? Anyways, I don't think it even matters because it's not that interesting. So this is a rare Italian restaurant, from my understanding. 120 bucks. And it charges 20% more wages, 25% faster movement speed, and 10% reduced craft time. So a little bit better, I guess. and 5 town points. This is probably similar to the Mexican restaurant that they released earlier. We are noticing that for the newer NFT buildings, they are increasing the wages, I guess, to make the wage reduction NFTs more useful, but it still doesn't matter. It's still not enough. And I don't really expect people to buy this NFT. And if you don't already have it, the legendary Italian restaurants NFT is way more useful. Fontana, I believe, is what we call it. Let me look up my NFTs right here. Fontana Formaggi, this one, Fontana di Formaggi, the legendary Italian restaurant. This is because it reduces the craft time of all of the Italian restaurants in your town by 45%. So this one's way more useful. I assume everybody who wanted this NFT already has it though, because they put it on sale like 2 times already. I remember I got it on sale. This one also reduces the amount of cheese required for pizza base and 4 cheese pizza, but only for this building. It doesn't do that for all of the buildings in your town. That would be really overpowered. But the 45% craft time reduction is still freaking huge. And there it goes. Was I still 10? I think I was. Forgot to check on the very last minute. DeFi says, yeah, good point. Slow build makes it more painful. So the next one should be a fast build, right? Very fast. It's definitely fast to practice. Like I said, I'm pretty much already done practicing. I just need the update to go live. And I need to redo the whole town because I need to do it in the new biome. But it's not that complicated to build. Probably will take like an hour to build it again. What I don't know is how many Italian restaurants I actually need, so that's still something I need to figure out. But I already have an idea of how much garlic farms and bakeries I will need. And windmills, I guess. I think that's already done. So my plan is to finish my garlic breadsticks build today or tonight, really. Probably won't be on my PC much on Saturday. But I will work on a no NFT build. I do want to do one for this upcoming competition. Shouldn't be that hard. And whoa, I got disconnected right here. So let me refresh it. I know people hate the idea of red timer salt fields, but I like the challenge, so I'm gonna try to do it. I will do it. I can't imagine it would be complicated to figure out. What do I do? Should I do this? Let's hide that too. I just want to refresh the page. I don't want to blind you guys with the white screen. It's still okay. Took a while. All right, there you go. So where did you end up on rate per hour, says Troy Mills? I ended up doing 718 sushi boats per hour. 4 less than what I thought it should make, but that's fine. By the way, Oaken Shield, hello. I can't remember if I replied to you, but I saw the message. See how long this takes to load up. Oh, right. This competition in particular, a lot of people got disconnected, and not like the same disconnection we're used to, where it just, you get a gray screen and it says you were disconnected. We're starting to get the icon that shows up on the top left with the exclamation mark. That kind of disconnection, which probably is worse because some people don't even realize you got disconnected. And well, yeah, they had to refresh the town and hopefully it fast forwards, right? Some people said to wait a minute for it to fast forward. I'm not sure if it's actually, if you're actually fast forwarding the progress when that type of disconnection happens. I'm not sure if people know what I'm talking about there. How else can I explain it really? I feel like it doesn't fast forward the correct amount of progress when that type of disconnection happens. But I noticed a lot of people said, or maybe not a lot, but several people mentioned that they got disconnected that way. And they caused their town to roll back, whether it rolled back half an hour or even 3 hours for some people. That means their build wasn't finished. That means their entire build was deleted and they had to rebuild it. That's what some people were claiming happened, which probably is true, right? And that was an issue like a long time ago. I don't know why it's coming back. I don't know what they changed to cause this issue to come back, right? It's no good. And it's definitely pissed some people off. Did it get 10th? What am I looking at right here? DeFi says I got 10th. Well, that's a surprise to me. Definitely wasn't expecting top 10. I know XG took this competition off because he's busy. And he just happened to also be busy on the previous Sushi Boat competition. What a coincidence. But really, yeah, I wasn't expecting top 10. So I know the difference was like the last competition we didn't have the Air Force and Navy badges. I know I got both those sets, so that obviously helps me. Maybe some of the people that were top 10 last time don't have the full Navy and Air Force set, so unfortunately they dropped out of top 10 for this competition. That could have been it. Because, I mean, Raw was very close in his production rates, seemingly. Other thing could have been that he didn't get to log in on time. Maybe he suffered from a rollback. Homeboy usually does very good on the fishing competitions as well. I don't think he ever gets... Does he get top 10? I don't remember. I don't remember Homeboy if he usually gets top 10 on the fishing competitions. Or maybe the anything goes. No, I don't think it's those. I don't think on the anything goes competitions. But I'll take it. Top 10. That's like 1,000 extra Gala compared to top 25. So that's great. Oh, Troy Mills says, sorry, you were talking about the upcoming garlic bread meta. I was asking your practice rate. Oh yeah, I have a good idea. I won't mention it yet because I almost never mention my personal rates before the competition begins. Because that's my only leverage to try to get top 10. Get other than all my NFTs, right? It's not like people are gonna copy me. There's only like maybe 2 people that could maybe copy me. Troy Mills says, I had fast forward on when I get that message and I still lost significant amount of progress. Okay. See, that could have also been the reason why I got 10th place instead of 9th. I was talking with Planet Bob because I think Planet Bob says, I know he had a higher rate than me, but it wasn't by that much. Oh, actually, yeah, he tweaked his build, so it was a little better. But still, he probably shouldn't have caught up to me, but what probably happened is I got disconnected like that, and I lost maybe like an hour worth of progress. I don't know. So that could be a reason why he passed me up, because it took him longer to finish the build. That's what he told me. So yeah, it's possible that I lost like an hour of progress somewhere because of that whole disconnection thing. That's my best guess on what happened. Yeah, either way, I mean, I'll take what I can get here. If an issue happened, I barely realized the issue, but definitely seems to have impacted some other people more than it impacted me. I'm pretty sure I already finished the daily challenge. I want to go ahead and load this up, even though it might take a while. Rachel, yeah, it says, yeah, it happened to me twice. Dang, 2 rollbacks basically. Eddie says another nail biter for me. Didn't you wing it? Is that what you said? Congrats on top 10, thank you. Mr. G, did you know that? Oh, did you know when last competition reward will distribute? Oh yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't distributed yet. Wow, they didn't do the whole distribute within 5 days thing like they almost always do, like 95% of the time. No, I don't know that they don't tell me, or they don't tell us like days on distribution. They definitely are behind though. You know, they usually distribute the reward like the next business day, so that's crazy. It's been a whole week. I figured. I mean, Isma did give us an announcement, so you can't say they didn't warn us. They did warn us. Let me check Discord again. Okay, well, he didn't make the announcement, but like he put it on Townstar discussion, and I'm the one that forwarded it to my announcements channel here. Probably nobody saw it, but there was some communication at least. You can't say they didn't tell us anything when they did. Where'd he go? Why'd that happen? Yeah, but Isma said, hello everyone, some services are under maintenance and the leaderboard distribution from last competition is going through a delay. All data for leaderboards, it's okay, but the Gala chain distribution is affected as soon as services are back operational. Typo. We will distribute like every week. Sorry for the inconvenience and thanks for understanding. So they did at least communicate with us. You can't say they didn't. I was probably the first one to see this, so I replied to him. But yeah, there's a delay. Okay, there's a delay. That's all we know. No NFT rate guess. I guess probably 100 per hour is my guess. But I said this before, like all the red timer salt fields you're gonna need. At least it will help you figure out the green timer windmills. I'm sure you'll be able to have a lot of green timer windmills because you have a lot of red timer salt fields. Sure, I'll just say like 100 per hour. We'll see. That's probably what I'll try to aim for when I'm working on the no NFT build. I'll try to aim for 100 per hour. And then, you know, eventually I'll get a better idea of what I could do. I will start by testing salt and milk rates. So 100 butter per hour or 100 garlic breadsticks per hour. That would require 100 butter, which would require 200 milk, 200 salt, 100 sugar. So I'll try to make that first. Can't remember how much brine you get from a red timer salt field. It's just something I don't have memorized. So if 100 per hour is possible, then I'll bump it up from there, of course. But I would try to aim for a lot of green timer windmills. Quinman says, I got that type of disconnect with the warning flashing in the top left. It was after the build was done and I noticed it for a short time. It happened to me on stream too on Tuesday, but I don't believe it rolled anything back. Eddie ended 50th, exactly 50th. I hope that's true and the leaderboard's not screwing you over because I've heard that happen before, but congrats on top 50 if that's true. Woodsy, hello, good day, Dubsuprod. And yeah, the rollbacks were bad for me on Tuesday and early Wednesday morning. I didn't bother rebuilding a third time. Damn, I did see your message on the Gala Discord. I can't remember exactly what you said, but it did sound like the rollback screwed you over badly. Drew Mercado says, my very first time in top 25. Congrats, guys. Congratulations. Mr. G, I didn't know NFT under 25 per hour. Did you already? Wow, okay. Well, I don't know how much, how efficient you made it. If you say 125 per hour, maybe that is possible. This isn't a very hard meta. I don't expect people to really need my help with the no NFC build, you know, other than the people who still don't know how to play very well or would still like to see if I have any advice to give them, which is completely cool, right? I'm not gonna like aim for the absolute best no NFT rate possible. That's not really my goal. It usually ends up being very good, of course. I want to come up with a good design to help people, but I don't ever really overdo it with subgrade and like subgrade windmills to try to fit more windmills, you know, more green timer windmills, stuff like that. Eddie says, yep, I got screwed before. 50 to 51 would suck if it happened again. I mean, the reason why it's happening lately is because people log in on the very last minute and it temporarily sets their stars to 0 and it doesn't update the leaderboard in time. But when Gala actually releases the spreadsheet with the official leaderboard placements, they fix it, or they have the correct stars and placement on that one. And that's what catches some people off guard, and it pushes you back a rank. That's happened. Top one, I think it was 100th place, got pushed back to 101st place for like the past 2 or 3 competitions. Right? Something like that. Wizzy, looking forward to this build. This week's build, hopefully it's fixed. Yeah, hopefully, because this issue hasn't been around for a while, but it was an issue before. Troy Mill says testing milk getting around 250, target was 300. Okay. I saw timer sitting around 85 per hour. What is next competition? It basically butter, but the next competition is garlic breadsticks, which requires 1 butter, 1 flour, 1 water, and 2 garlic, which is new. Garlic's not really a big deal. It's basically like soybeans. That's the way I see it right now. I already went over this, but the only thing we don't know for sure is if garlic's negatively impacted by anything, but let's assume that it is. We'll find out for sure once the update goes live, and somebody will communicate it on Discord, right? Woodsy says maybe I'll try and find a more active clan as well. Oh, like a guild. Oh, if that's what you meant. I noticed Discord added some kind of like clan tag thing. So I do have that going for the dub community. So we got like a little dub tag. I don't think anything is required to put it on. So if you're like on PC and you go to dub community, you should just get some notification telling you that this community has a little tag that you can put on, and you can put it on if you want to. Yeah, I think that's it. So it's basically just this. See, I see some people already put it on. That's all it is, just like a little tag. So that's cool. I think as long as the server has 3 server boosts, then they can do that. Just, yeah, you don't have to be in the guild or anything to do that. You don't have to be in any dub guild. If you just want to represent the community, you know, the Discord channel, that's cool. You want to put that on. I think Gala has one too. I saw a couple people with the little Gala tag. And I'm sure various other Discords do as well. Doesn't really do anything. Guilds have been kind of quiet on Townstar. I mean, seeing as there's like no guild competition and we're all like competing against each other, you don't really expect people in the guilds to share designs with each other, right? And then you could be afraid of one of those designs leaking out of the guild and being shared with other people that it shouldn't be shared with. You know, anything's possible, right? So it's a competitive game, so I understand why you wouldn't want to show everybody your design, right? Really, guilds is just like, if you have a guild leader that has NFTs to share, then that's awesome. You get an advantage. That's really it. Woodsy says, congrats this week's folks. Chat with some in Discord. Even some of our dub guilds aren't, yeah, I would say some of them aren't active. Like, I mean, the players are still playing, but like, there's not really communication with the dub guild members on some of the groups. Out of the like 8 groups we had, it would be cool to revive those, but like, it's kind of hard to incentivize that, you know? Because yeah, everybody wants to join a guild, but they mostly want to join a guild to borrow NFTs. And if the guild lead just doesn't have any NFTs to let people borrow, then that's it. There are a few guilds where there actually are people talking to each other and having a good time, which is great. That is awesome. And that is really what a guild should be, or at least people helping each other out, sharing information with each other. You know, but at the very least, we can try to share as much information as we can about Townstar with the entire community. DeFi says, not heard for a while the complaints of NFT from guild libraries disappearing from towns. Is that still happening? I didn't hear it this week, DeFi. That doesn't mean it's like not happening completely. It probably still is happening. It just wasn't reported this week, right? The Jackals, hello. Is it possible getting more than 100 garlic bread next competition? The ingredients are simple. Somebody else here says it is. That is my initial goal for no NFT rate, 100 per hour. So I do expect at least that to be possible. Should be. We do have the oil seep, so there's that. That'll save a few spots. Don't need the forklift or the oil pumps. I think every day we'll have somebody asking about the competition payout. Oh yeah, I'm reading Discord, right? And Citizen brought this up. But yeah, apparently it's a holiday today in Chile. I mean, I don't know what holiday it is. If you know what holiday it is today, then let me know. But yeah, apparently it is a holiday today. So all the Chilean team members will be taking the day off, supposedly. I mean, I hope they still update the game today, right? Like, that would suck if there's absolutely nobody here to update the game. But yeah, supposedly today's a holiday. So we'll see what happens with that. That would suck if for some reason they didn't update the game today and we had to wait till tomorrow. But I think it's essential for the game update to happen today. I mean, I really can't imagine that everybody that's working on Townstar or Miranda's is from the Chile, but I don't know. Chile Day? I don't know. It's some kind of holiday in Chile or something. That's apparently what's been told, at least by the Miranda's dev team. They were sharing updates a day early with us because they said today, Friday, is a holiday. They moved dev team to Chile. Yeah, since like half a year ago. I think so. At least half a year ago. That's as far as we know, right? It's been at least 6 months, basically. Since they brought in mostly Chilean devs, as far as we know. I'm surprised that they keep sharing the Vexy Villages competition stuff here on Townstar. But okay. I mean, I guess it's marketing their Gala game on another Gala game, so I guess that makes sense. I would imagine some people here don't really care about the Vexy Villages competitions or events. I know some people do, right? How many people watching here are actually also doing the Vexy Villages event? When's the next town hall? That's a good question. They've not told us. I feel like it should have happened, or it should already be happening soon. But if they don't at least tell us, like if they have another town hall, I would at least like to know. I would at least like them to tell us, like, oh, we've made some progress on the gem system, and we are just testing it, and we're going to release it on this date. I would like them to tell us that. That is at least something. And an actual release date, not one that gets pushed back. That seems to always happen. So yeah, if we have a town hall, I would at least like to know that, and you know, them talk about like the confirmed utility at the start for gems, because I know they'll add more. Like they could say at first gems will let you gain temporary buffs, and these buffs change depending on the competition, like increase movement speed to builders, which wouldn't be a good one, but that's just an example. Or a buff that makes garlic breadsticks require 1 garlic instead of 2 garlic, and this would cost like 100 gems, and for the time being you could buy gems for Gala, but eventually you'll be able to buy gems for soil, and hence it's a sink for the soil token, blah blah blah. I'm just talking about an example that they could tell us during the town hall. I think that would actually make it a good town hall with some actual news. I kind of got off track, but you get my point. Like, if they're gonna have a town hall, at least give us some new info, rather than answering the same question each time. Herb says, yeah, the gem update is exactly what I'd like to know. Yeah. E5 says, yeah, giving a Vexy a go around, 100 on leaderboard so far. I got on this morning. I can't even remember what placement I was, or did I get on last night? I don't remember, but I got like 150 points. John Mott says, I mean, I won't complain. Chile sure can give them much longer runway than California, given the same investment. I mean, everything, labor should be cheaper and everything, I guess. Jarmod also says, I can't quite get myself to be bothered with Vexy, to be honest. Yeah, that's completely fine. Rachel says, I like to start playing Vexy. Looks like fun, and I have Miranda's Fox, just haven't had the time. Yeah. It's not really that time consuming either. I mean, I'm still playing Eternal Paradox, but I'm like playing it more casually now, and that game is really time consuming. So when you compare Vexy Villages to that, Vexy Villages really isn't that time consuming. But I mean, we all have priorities, right? I rather focus more on Townstar than the other games. But once I'm done with everything and I'm like, well, there's nothing more for me to test right now, then yeah, then I don't bother with Townstar. I'm putting back my NFCs here because I think when I lent out some of my tables of appreciation and glass factories, I just took them out of here. Not like it matters, right? I said that I would at one point redo this whole thing, and I don't know if that's gonna happen. I'll just keep it the same for now. Me. Jarmon says my mobile game time is all in neat. Huh? Shanra says normally no time for anything other than Townstar. And other than your real life responsibilities, I guess. Right. Oh yeah, there's one right here. I actually have wine to sell? Okay. Sure. Did you clear the last tile? Last time I saw slow-mo, do you have left one? I never did, I really should, huh? Do I get anything? Oh, the only thing I've changed in this town is I added the Air Force badges. Obviously, it reduces the craft time a lot, so might as well. No, I never did clear this tile. 218 mil. I have 6.6 billion. Do I even have the tree placed down? Actually, I think the tree's still on it's still on the guild library. Yeah, it's fine. That goes without saying, the Sims adult version is hard, man. Life. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna sell these wine bottles. Anybody have any other questions or anything that I should talk about? Oh, National Day of the Indigenous People in Chile. That's tomorrow, maybe? I don't know. Well, I sell the peanut wine because of the NFTs I have. And like my idea is to eventually just transition to wine case. It really wouldn't be as much cash here, but I would have to sell less often. Doesn't really matter either way. How's your day so far, Dub? Good. I woke up like 2 hours ago, so it hasn't been that 3 hours ago actually. So it hasn't been that long yet. Remember, it is afternoon for me now, but whenever I start streaming, it's morning. I'm gonna watch once I'm done with the stream, I'm gonna eat some leftovers, watch a movie with my girlfriend, and then there's still some cleaning that needs to be done, some chores, and then of course later tonight once the update goes live, I want to finish my own personal build. And then I probably won't start on the no NFT build until Saturday night or Sunday morning. But I could probably start designing something on Saturday. That's what I think. Ooh, maybe we get double rewards next week. You know, the reward for the present box competition and the sushi boat competition, right? Oh yeah, I mean, I've heard some people, you know, that are living over there with all the war going on in that area. It's rough. Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't even know. I've seen some videos, but yeah, that's rough. No, I mean, no issues right here, right now. Am I worried? Not really, to be honest, but that's just because I don't live over there. I don't expect it to escalate. But definitely some people are worried about that. I mean, I would assume that's one of the reasons why the market's not doing so well, right? Because of people are worried. Yeah, I hope the game will update. Okay. Beware of the big password leak yesterday. Change passwords. Yeah, that's a good idea to start changing passwords. Though another thing with that big password leak, I haven't done enough research on it, so don't take my word for it. But apparently that happened a long time ago. For some reason, the news was only shared yesterday or the day before. Has anybody else done any more research on that? That happened a long time ago. Let me actually try to Google it. I mean, it's not a bad idea to change your passwords every once in a while, though. Some of this dates back since a year ago. That's the problem with like password leaks and stuff like that, especially with some big companies, is that they won't actually tell you this until way later. Like your account could probably be hacked before you even know there was a password leak. That's the problem. So yeah, these password leaks happened more than likely have happened like over a year ago, and they only just recently told us. That's the thing. So that's the whole, you know, the safety thing about changing your password once every couple of months, or I think that's what it was. Yeah, every couple of months or so, or every once in a while, you know, just in case that happens. But if, you know, if for some reason you were worried about, oh, my account's gonna get stolen or something if I don't change my password right now, I figure if that was the case, it would have already happened, but, you know. Eduardo Diaz, hi, hello, Eduardo. John must have heard that too. Some said it's not actually one single hack. That's why we have two-factor authentication. Oh yeah, it's always a good idea to have two-factor authentication as well. I know most sites require it now. Or maybe not require it, but definitely recommend it. What is this announcements that I haven't seen? Oh, okay. Gala Gold stuff. I think it's public knowledge, so I'm pretty sure it's public knowledge. You guys know that Gala is working on a DEX, a decentralized exchange. I think they're gonna use what's it called? Gala Connect. Website used to be called Gala Swap. Now it's called Gala Connect. So yeah, I'm sure it's public knowledge by now that they're making a DEX and they are doing quality assurance and multiple tests on it before it goes live. So I guess they're still continuing tests. DEX on Gala, yes, I heard, but didn't pay much mind as of now. Yeah, I know it's not really a Gala Gold thing because it's you can see it on Gala Chain, but recently a little over 2 billion Gala was bridged into Gala Chain, and that's going to be part of the liquidity for this you know, DEX, I guess. It's a lot of Gala to bridge into Gala Chain. But that's basically like Gala Games Company or benefactors Gala, like That's several million dollars, by the way. How much is 2 billion Gala? That's like 28 million dollars, right? That's just at the top of my head. Let me actually plug it into the calculator. Yeah, it is actually 28 million dollars ish right now with the current token price. It's a lot. So they have a lot of money in Gala. Probably not a lot to them. And that's not like all the money they have. They have more than that. It's just the amount of Gala that they decided to bridge in. Glad they do. Dex Crash can really tank coins and tokens. They need a lot of liquidity. Yeah. Yeah, so there's that. I mean, the only other thing that people keep talking about is the founders node stuff. You know, now that the system of holding a million Gala to earn the 100% reward from the founders node is in effect. I've been keeping an eye on Gala Gold. Like, can't really tell you everything that's being talked in there. It's mostly just people complaining. But I know, and this is public info anyways, but I know that the first day of the new system, the first Gala distribution from founders nodes was 1,263 Gala, and that was like 6 times more distribution than normal. So the people who are actually still running the founders nodes and holding at the very least 200,000 Gala right now are actually getting more Gala than they used to. This is on a per node basis though. I understand there's like there is some people with a bunch of nodes and they just don't have enough, they aren't holding enough Gala to even get the same rewards that they used to. So yeah, I know there's some people in those situations. Some of them claim they sold. Most people were speculating, oh, nobody's gonna run their nodes anymore. Funny enough, it's almost the same amounts running their nodes. Obviously it is lower, but it's still over 20,000 people running the nodes. That's interesting. Even I didn't expect that to happen. I think it's still over 30,000 people running the nodes. Well, not people, but nodes being run. So sorry, I should say it's over 30,000 nodes being run, not over 30,000 people. There's obviously some people with multiple nodes. John Mod says, personally, all my Gala is poured into NFT Harbor, buying NFTs, thanks to someone's video about top useful models. Video, I guess? Oh, okay. Are you trying to flip NFTs or what? Or just like trying to get some cheap for Townstar? Maybe. $24,305 nodes online. Okay, so it is still over 20,000. Because I don't know, I thought I saw a post that said over 30,000 and that was either today or yesterday. But you can see it on your dashboard, right? Like I don't know where I would even find that, but there's a way to check. So if you say 24,300 online, then that's it. Definitely still over 20,000, which I don't think anybody expected it to be over 20,000 nodes still running. I understand that like some people, they paid for a year of hosting and that's why they're still running the node, right? Like there's no reason for them to turn it off if they already paid for the hosting. So I get that. I mean, I think that's all interesting. I keep taking a look at what people say about the founder node distributions. I don't have a founders node myself, and I think the only way I would even start to consider getting one is after we see how much G-Stake tokens you could get for burning certain NFTs, which is some information that will be given to us supposedly by the end of the month. I doubt it, but in the near future we should know that information. John Mott says, no, I buy some NFTs that your video suggests would be useful, Dom. Oh, the top 40 NFTs video? Okay, that makes sense, yeah. All right. That makes sense. I don't have anything else to do here on this town. And my practice sound, I can't show you my practice sound because that's confidential information about my very competitive build that you will all see on Tuesday anyways. But yeah, I'll wait for the update to go live. I'll redo the whole build because I need the new biome. I need those salt fields, not the salt fields. I need those oceans to go away because it messes up my production rates. Not giving me the most accurate number. And obviously I need to know how many Italian restaurants I need. And the no NFC build, it really shouldn't be that complicated. If you've been playing Town Star, you probably don't even need my help with it. But yeah, I will still try to make a no NFC build. I want to figure it out. I feel like it's been like 2 weeks since I've done a no NFT build. The present box one wasn't mine, of course. I set that. Somebody else came up with that, and I think it was very good. And this one's not that hard, but you know, I'll still do it. Citizen says on 6/10/25 there was 33,255 online. You can do the math, but quite a few nodes offline last week. Okay, so yeah, it is like a third. But yeah, people expected more to be offline. That's the thing. They thought that, oh, only like a couple thousand people were gonna run their node, which apparently not. But yeah, like I said, the people that are still hosting it because they pay on a monthly or yearly basis, so that's probably why. We will more than likely see more go offline. And even when G-State comes out, and it will make it easier for people to fulfill their requirements. Overall, I think more nodes will go offline because some of the people there, from what I heard, they're tired of dealing with Gala or with the founders nodes. That's at least what I've heard from some people. I don't know how many people have that sentiment out of the tens of thousands of nodes that are out there, right? Or thousands of founder node owners. Oh, but yeah, that's it. So that's the plan. And I'll do that on the weekend. It's an easy weekend. Butter meta. There's a new meta too, so you can't say it's like we're repeating something. It's new, even if it is a butter meta. They could have just named the meta butter, and it would have been almost the same thing. I'm surprised that they are coming out with garlic and not coming out with the garlic stand. That is a little bit surprising. I think that's a good thing though. Like they really should not come up with a new crop and immediately come up with a new stand. But obviously at some point they will come out with a garlic stand, I would imagine. There's the soybean stand, so I don't see why they wouldn't make a garlic stand. Yeah, but that's all I have. Thank you all for being here. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I will see you all later. Bye-bye. Rachel says thanks, Dub. Thank you, Rachel. See you all later. Bye-bye. Take care. Appreciate your support.